Pressure washing has become one of the most talked about side hustles in recent years. Scroll through TikTok or YouTube, and you'll see satisfying clips of filthy driveways turning spotless in minutes. For many, it looks like the perfect hustle. Buy a pressure washer, blast some dirt, and make hundreds of dollars a day. But how much does this business really pay? Can you actually turn it into a serious side income, or even a full-time job? Let us see. Why pressure washing became popular. The reason pressure washing exploded as a side hustle is simple. It is highly visual, and the results are instant. Unlike some businesses where customers do not see the value immediately, pressure washing creates visible transformation. A blackened sidewalk can become white again, a stained deck can look brand new, and a house covered in mold can appear freshly painted. This makes the service easy to sell. Homeowners and business owners alike are happy to pay for it because it saves them time, boosts curb appeal, and often prevents long-term damage to their property. The startup costs. One of the most attractive parts of pressure washing is the relatively low barrier to entry. If you want to start small, you can get a consumer-grade pressure washer for $300–500. But to run it as a professional side hustle, you will need commercial-grade equipment. A solid gas-powered washer with at least 500 psi and 4 GPM flow will cost around $1 to $1,500. Add hoses, nozzles, surface cleaners, wands, safety gear, and chemical injectors, and you're looking at an investment of about $2,000 to $3,000. If you want to appear professional, you'll also need a trailer or truck to transport your gear, signage, business insurance, and possibly business registration. Altogether, the startup cost can be anywhere from $2,500 to $7,000 depending on how polished you want your setup to be. Monthly operating expenses. Once you're set up, the ongoing costs are fairly reasonable compared to many businesses. The main recurring expenses include fuel for your washer and vehicle, water usage if you supply your own, chemicals like detergents and degreasers, replacement parts, and maintenance. On average, an active side hustler might spend $200 to $500 per month on supplies and upkeep. Insurance, marketing, and phone services add another $100 to $300 monthly. For those renting storage space for equipment or paying for licenses, add an additional $100 to $200. Altogether, you can expect monthly operating expenses of $501 for a small-scale operation. Services you can offer. Pressure washing isn't just about blasting driveways. A smart hustler offers a wide menu of services to increase average ticket size. The most common jobs are driveway and sidewalk cleaning, patio and deck washing, house siding cleaning, and roof washing. Beyond that, you can target commercial clients for storefront cleaning, parking lots, dumpster pads, and graffiti removal. Some operators expand into soft washing for delicate surfaces, fence restoration, or even gutter cleaning. Each service has a different price point, but bundling multiple services for one client dramatically increases your earnings per job. Pricing strategy. Pricing pressure washing jobs depends on location, competition, and property size. Many operators price driveways by square footage, often 0.25 per square foot. A 2-car driveway might cost $150 to $250. House washes usually range from $200 to $500 depending on size. Deck cleaning can range from $150 to $400. Commercial jobs often pay more, with parking lots or building exteriors reaching into the thousands. The trick is to balance competitive pricing with profitability. Undercharging may get you clients fast, but will make it hard to cover expenses and grow. A professional setup, good customer service, and proof of results allow you to charge premium rates. How many jobs can you do in a week? The number of jobs you can complete depends on your schedule. Since this is a side hustle, most people operate on weekends and maybe a few evenings. A motivated hustler could handle 46 jobs per weekend. At an average of $250 per job, that's $1,500 in just 2 days. If you squeeze in 2 smaller jobs during the week, you might add another $300 to $500. That means a side hustler could realistically bring in $400 to $2,000 per week part-time. Full-time operators who run daily jobs can double or triple this amount, but for most side hustlers, the weekend grind is the sweet spot. Revenue potential. Let's run the numbers. If you average $300 per job and complete 20 jobs in a month, that's $6,000 in gross revenue. Subtract $700 for expenses, and you're left with $5,300 profit. That's for part-time work. If you scale to 35 jobs per month, Your gross climbs to 10 of 500 with about 9,500 profit after expenses. This is why pressure washing is so attractive. It has low overhead and the margins are excellent. While you may not hit 10K immediately, even a modest schedule can easily provide 501,000 extra per week. Profit margins, unlike restaurants or retail, where margins can be thin, pressure washing enjoys strong profitability. Product costs per job are often under 10, while labor is just your time. Even factoring fuel and depreciation, you're often keeping 80–90% of each invoice if you're a solo operator. As you scale and hire employees, margins shrink slightly, but the volume makes up for it. Most professional operators maintain net margins of 60% or higher, which is far above average for service businesses. Marketing and finding clients, getting clients, is the biggest challenge for new hustlers. Word of mouth is powerful, but you'll need to hustle in the beginning. Flyers, door hangers, and simple Facebook ads work well for residential jobs. Before and after photos posted on social media are incredibly effective because they showcase the transformation. Google My Business listings with positive reviews also bring in steady calls. Some operators partner with real estate agents, property managers, or landscapers to get referrals. The good news is that once you have a few satisfied clients, repeat business and referrals often keep the calendar full. Seasonal considerations. One factor to keep in mind is seasonality. Pressure washing is often busiest in spring and summer when homeowners want clean exteriors and outdoor spaces. Fall brings gutter cleaning opportunities, and commercial contracts often stay steady year-round. In colder climates, winter can be a slowdown unless you pivot to interior cleaning or holiday light installation. Smart hustlers use the off-season for maintenance, marketing, and upselling contracts for the next year. Those in warmer climates have the advantage of steady demand all 12 months. Risks and challenges. Pressure washing may look easy, but there are challenges. Improper use of high pressure can damage siding, strip paint, or scar wood. Inexperienced operators risk injuring themselves or ruining a client's property. Equipment breakdowns can also eat into profits if you don't maintain your gear. Another challenge is physical strain, standing for hours, hauling hoses, and working in heat or rain. Customer expectations can also be demanding, with some expecting miracle transformations for bargain prices. Managing liability through insurance and contracts is essential to protect yourself. Lifestyle of a pressure washing side hustler. The lifestyle of a side hustler in this space is both flexible and rewarding. You set your own schedule, work outdoors, and enjoy the satisfaction of visible results. It's ideal for people who like hands-on work and independence. For many, the income is used to pay off debt, save for vacations, or build investment funds. The biggest drawback is that weekends often become workdays, so balancing family or personal time can be difficult. However, compared to many side hustles, the earning potential per hour is high. A single Saturday of jobs can bring in more than an entire week of a minimum wage job. Competition and standing out. The low barrier to entry also means competition is high. Anyone with a 300 machine from the hardware store can call themselves a pressure washer. That's why professionalism matters. Using commercial-grade equipment, having business insurance, wearing branded shirts, and offering written quotes sets you apart. Clients will pay more for someone they trust. Building a reputation with online reviews, before and after galleries, and consistent service quality is the fastest way to rise above hobby-level competitors. How long until you see profits? One of the best aspects of this hustle is how quickly you can become profitable. With a $3,000 startup cost, you can recoup your investment in as little as 10 jobs. Many hustlers report breaking even within the first month. After that, nearly every job is profit. The speed of return makes it much less risky than other businesses that require years to recover costs. If you stay consistent with marketing and reinvest part of your earnings into better equipment, you can grow very quickly. Is it worth it? The final question is whether pressure washing is really worth pursuing. The answer depends on your goals. If you're looking for a side hustle that brings in an extra $1,000 to $2,000 in a month, it's a fantastic option. If you're willing to scale and treat it like a real business, you can absolutely make $5,000, $10,000 a month full-time. The key is effort, consistency, and professionalism. The market is there, the demand is constant, and the entry costs are low. For the right person, this side hustle can become a life-changing business. Pressure washing may look like an easy hustle, but inside the numbers, it's clear why so many people are jumping into it. Startup costs are manageable, ongoing expenses are low, and the profit margins are excellent. A part-time operator can easily bring in first $502,000 per week, while full-timers have the potential to hit five-figure months. The challenges are real: competition, seasonality, and physical strain. But for those willing to put in the work, this side hustle pays very well. At the end of the day, the question is not whether pressure washing can make money. The real question is, how much are you willing to scale it? And how far do you want to take it?